self-belief, Aarav had always been an average student. He wasn't the smartest in his class, nor was he the most athletic. He lived in a small town where people believed that only the naturally gifted could achieve great things. His parents, though loving, often told him to be realistic about his dreams. "Not everyone can be extraordinary," his father would say. But Aarav had a dream. He wanted to be a writer. Whenever he read books, he imagined his name on the cover. He scribbled stories in his notebook, but he never showed them to anyone. The fear of being laughed at held him back. One day, his school announced a writing competition. The winner's story would be published in a national magazine. Aarav hesitated. He wanted to participate. But doubt crept in. What if I fail? What if my writing isn't good enough, he thought. His best friend, Meera, noticed his hesitation. "You should enter," she said. "You love writing, and you're good at it." Aarav shook his head. "I don't think I can win. Others are better than me," Meera sighed. "Winning isn't the point. Believing in yourself is." Her words stayed with him. That night, he opened his notebook and began to write. He poured his heart into the story, writing about a young boy who overcame his fears and discovered his true potential. As he wrote, he realized something: this story wasn't just about the character. It was about him. He submitted his story the next day, feeling both excited and nervous. Days passed, and then the results were announced. Aarav's hands trembled as he read the list. His name wasn't there. He had lost. Disappointment washed over him, but before he could sink into self-doubt again, Meera handed him the judge's feedback. "Read this," she said. The comments praised his creativity and storytelling. "You have a unique voice," one judge wrote. "Keep writing." For the first time, Aarav saw his failure differently. It wasn't a sign that he wasn't good enough. It was a step toward getting better. Encouraged, he started writing more. He sent stories to different competitions, and though he faced more rejections, he never stopped. Months later, an email arrived. A renowned magazine had accepted one of his stories for publication. Aarav could hardly believe it. He rushed to tell Meera, who smiled knowingly. "I told you," she said. "You just needed to believe in yourself." Years later, Aarav became a published author. Whenever he looked at his books, he remembered the boy who once doubted himself. He had learned that talent mattered, but self-belief was the real key to success.